Police and the Animal Welfare Society have launched a manhunt for Manenberg's serial cat killer. Over the past few weeks, nearly 30 cats have been found dead and dumped in this Cape Town suburb. All of the carcasses were found in close proximity to one another.
I have never, in my 20-odd years of being in animal welfare, come across a case of this complexity and perplexity. It's the most perplexing case I think anybody has ever come across. As long as we keep up the momentum, there's bound to be a breakthrough. In the meantime, we have collected a number of the cats' bodies that we've sent off to the Western Cape Department of Agriculture. They've got a specialist veterinary pathology section. They're going to conduct an in-depth autopsy on the cats' bodies, and that will hopefully steer the investigation in a certain direction. So they would be able to, for example, see whether or not there are bite wounds and whether those bite wounds were sustained ante or post-mortem, whether or not there were stab wounds or whatever the case may be. All of the cats are being found dead, and all of them have what appears to be a gaping hole in their abdomen. What makes this case complex or perplexing is that there's no blood on the scene. So it's almost as though the cats have been taken from their homes, killed at a location, and then dumped at a different location.
On the 15th of July, Abdul Karim Adams walked into his yard to find a dead cat flayed open, its intestines exposed.
What I found there by my house, chucked into our house with his stomach slit open and his intestines outside and so on. So I posted this picture on social media, on my Facebook status, and after a while I found that there's already been cats, about 6 or 7 cats before that's been slaughtered and thrown into our neighbors' yards. It's only because I made it now public that people have now come out. And since that day, up till yesterday, we found a cat right there that's been mutilated in this way as well. So there's about 26 cats that has been mutilated in this way that we know of. Maybe there's even more. We found 2 cats in front of the church, and as you can see here, this is also in front of the church, in front by the neighbor here. In my yard I found cats, by the school I found cats, we found cats, and the opposite the police station we found cats. And as well as here by Faiza, who's a cat lover, she has lost 3 cats already. And the first cat was found 3 months ago. She found a cat in that way, slit like that.
Abdul and other community members have volunteered to patrol the area in the evenings to keep watch for any suspicious activity.
3 weeks ago we started a neighbor watch. Not actually, I would call it it's a neighbor watch, yes, but I would call it specifically a cat, like a cat patrol to save our cats. These cats, they can't speak, they can't talk. We have to talk for them. So we've been doing these patrols every weekend, and once a week also.
The Animal Welfare Society requested footage from a CCTV camera close to where 3 dead cats were left. But the camera was reportedly offline. For now, the culprit behind these attacks remains largely unknown.
In terms of a possible motive, there are a few rumors that we followed up on. The first rumor that it was potentially linked to gangsterism, but I think we've ruled that out as a possibility. Then there was the possibility of it being a satanic ritual. That is still a possibility. I think the post-mortem will help us determine whether or not there are certain organs that are missing. So for example, if all of the cats have their hearts missing, that will lead us to conclude that possibly this is linked to a satanic ritual. Then there is also the possibility that these deeds may be being committed by individuals or an individual that is simply a sadistic psychopath. And that is a huge worry to both ourselves and the community, who are obviously living in fear.
My gut feeling tells me that this is a person. This is not a dog, it's not an animal, it is a person. Maybe it's a dog that gets the cats for him, and then he performs his, whatever he does to his mutilation of the cat. But I say it's a person.
Una Bartlett, Another resident found her cat Percy dead and disemboweled just outside her house. She and many other community members fear that once the perpetrator has lost interest in cats, they might move on to other victims.
I want them to catch the people that do that, because for me, if they do that to a cat, what can they do to a child? If they do that, and I'm scared for the children in our area, I'm very scared for that.